Hello everybody, I am Kari Canela and today I'm gonna teach you how to make your own dynamic heads. I know my channel is in Spanish, but when I was looking for information about dynamic heads, everything was in English. So basically people that actually speak English are the ones that are looking for about this. So I decided to make this tutorial in English, and for my subscribers I'm just gonna add Spanish subtitles. I do apologize if my English is not good enough, but English is not my first language. But I can have casual conversation, so I think it will be okay. Okay, this tutorial is gonna be divided into two parts. The first part is for people who actually wants to make their own dynamic heads. So first of all, I'm gonna teach you where to get all the materials, and together we're gonna make our own dynamic head. Also, for the first part of this tutorial, you will need at least some basic Blender knowledge. And the part 2 of this tutorial is for deaf people who actually don't want to use Blender. What do I mean with this? I'm just going to share with all you guys the head model. So you can just put it into Roblox Studio and that's it. And for this part of the tutorial, now you need at least some basic Roblox Studio knowledge. But don't worry, it's really easy, just follow the tutorial and you will be okay. And also because I'm having some troubles paying my rent, and in exchange of a small tip, you can download this file where I include most of the heads from Roblox ready to go. And that means you don't need to open Blender if you don't need it, because you're gonna have everything just ready. First of all, we need to get this template. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. We just need to scroll down a little bit. Click on this part that says semi-realistic. And for this tutorial, we're gonna use the semi-realistic male zip. And to get the head, we need to open Roblox Studio. Let's come to Avatar. I don't know what it says in English, but something like Rick. And R5. And I choose this. When we have our model here, we just select our model. We open here and we look for head. When we have head, right click, save, export selection, and we can save our file in OBJ. We just put head. And we save our file at a place we know we can find later. If you are an UGC creator, you still want to have this model in your computer because it's really useful to know the size of the heads and all that stuff. I am using this head as an example, but if you are an UGC creator, you can just use your own head. Once we get all our materials, we go into Blender and we open our first template, that is the realistic male something. Before doing anything, we need to prepare this template, so it's gonna be easier for us if we plan to keep working with dynamic heads. We are going to go into this menu. We're gonna look for joins. We open here. Also, we open here too. Lower torso, upper torso until we find head. And inside head, you're gonna find dynamic head. And inside dynamic head, you're going to find 5 bones. Make sure you are in edit mode and not an object mode, because if you are in object mode, you won't be able to delete these bones. If you were in object mode like I was, and you change into edit mode, you need to look for the files again. But it's okay, because it's really easy to find, so don't worry. We are going to select these 5 bones, and we have to make sure we are on edit mode, and then we can press X or delete. And you just press delete the bones, and that's it. And now we are going again into object mode. We are going to open joints again, but this time we're gonna look for the head. Once you find your head, just click on this small eye, so our head is going to disappear for a moment. Since we don't need the eyeballs, we don't need the tongue, we don't need anything of this, we're going to delete everything. Just select the items one by one and then press X and just delete. When you are done here, just go to look for your head again and just make it appear. We are 50% done here, so now let's import our head model. Let's go into import OBJ, and here you're going to select your head. It's going to be a little bit far, so just press right click, set to origin, and geometry to origin. It's going to appear on the middle of our model, which is okay. And now we're gonna make it turn around, so just follow me. This head is all the same, but in case you have your own custom head, you will need to know how to turn it around and all that stuff. We can actually use the realistic human head, but since we are making like custom heads, I think it's better if we use something with less triangles, so let's use this head first. Okay, when you have it in the right position, I like to make it small. Not too small, but small enough to being able to see the nose. When you're ready, you can select your realistic head and you go from object mode to edit mode. In this part, you can decide how you want to select your stuff. If you want to select by vertices, lines, or faces. We're going to select the last one, the one with the small square, because we want to select faces. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, just follow me. Also, to select everything, you want to activate the X-ray. With this, you're gonna be able to select everything. As you can see, when you select the X-ray, you can see through the objects into the object you're working in that moment. Now, after you select everything, you can turn off the X-ray to make just things easier, and you're going to press Shift and select one of the faces. That is gonna make this select one of the faces, and you can delete the rest. To delete, you're gonna press X and you're gonna select delete faces. And now we're going back into object mode. First, we're going to select our new head and then we're gonna press Shift. And then we're going to select the part of the last head. Right click and join. Now we're going to go to materials and then we are going to delete all the textures because we don't need them. We go back to our model, we select the head again and we just get rid of this small piece. And we go back to object mode again. The next part is really important, so please pay attention, okay? We are going to select our head and the small bone that is in the model's neck. You can see when it's selected because it looks like in the border like kinda red or orange, so make sure you select both. And when you're sure you select both, you're going to press Ctrl P. And you're going to select with automatic weights. Your head is going to disappear, but it's okay to just open this small window. Then you press skip transformation and your head is going to go back. Now I'm going to show you why it's important to have the first head. As you can see, the animations of the head can be a little bit problematic and you don't want this in your model. And I use this first head to know where are my limits. This is why I do personally use this small head and it's really useful. We are going to try to make everything as smaller as possible. I do personally really don't understand this part, but it works and this is all I need. You are going to select the bones and then you are going to go to edit mode. Then you're going to select only the face bones. You're going to press S and make them slightly smaller. Just follow what I'm doing in the video and you're gonna be okay. And basically, you're going to have half of the work done. I do recommend you save this file with the small head because you're gonna do exactly the same steps every time you need to create a new head, so you can just save this and use it in the future. That's my recommendation because that's what I did, and anytime I need to create a new shape of a head, I'm just using this file. Okay, after complete all those steps, we can proceed finally to do our dynamic head, the one that we are actually going to use. Let's pretend this head right here is our custom head, or any other head we want to use. Let's import our head into Blender exactly like the first head. We are going to follow the same steps. We are going to right click on our head, set to geometry, and geometry to origin. We are going to put the head in the position we want. I do recommend you to use the arrows here to move your item. I do personally like to make the heads a little bit smaller than the regular size. Just a little bit. Because sometimes when I get new hair, the head is way too big and it doesn't look good. You need to know this is a personal preference and you don't have to do it. You can just keep the size of the head as it is. Also here, make sure the head is slightly above the neck bone. And now we are going to join these two heads. First, you're going to select your outside head and then you're going to zoom in until you find your inside head. You're going to press Shift and you're going to select the head. Okay, let's go back a little bit and then we are going to press right click and join. Now let me show you why I make the inside head smaller. When we check on the animations of the head, the small head do not trespass to the big head. Everything is inside and that's exactly what we want. That means our actual dynamic head won't move. Okay, now we're going again to material and we're going to delete that texture and we're going to create a new one but empty. And that's pretty much all. Now we have to do the final step, and that is to create a UV map. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just follow me. We are going to click here on UV editor. Let's make sure we have a front view from our model. Activate the X-ray and select all the head. Then select UV and unwrap. That is going to show you a map of the UV. Just select everything, make it smaller, and you can put that at any corner, it doesn't matter. It just had to be out of the middle. And make sure it's not outside, it has to be inside. And now to create a map for the head, you have to deactivate the X-ray. When you deactivate the X-ray, it only selects what you can see. So if we only select the front part, that means it's going to create a map only about the front part. And it won't touch the items that are behind. Once we select all the front part, we are going to go again to UV, and this time we're going to click on Project from Viewer. And here we just have to place our UV map in a good position, so every time we put an image, it will just work nice. Let me show you an example with this custom face I did. And as you can see, the face only shows in the front and you cannot see anything else in the back. And that's exactly what we want. You can of course adjust your UV map depending on how your custom model is gonna be and what colors are you gonna add. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you try it with a texture like I did right now, delete the texture and save it with an empty texture. And we finally created our dynamic head. Now let's save it and select the same options as me, please. Here in Include, you're going to select Custom Properties and Transfer and Geometry. There is nothing to do there, so you can ignore that. In this part, just unselect everything. In Animation, only leave the first one. Uncheck the other ones. Put a 0 in here and that's it. Congratulations, you create your own dynamic head. Okay, if you reach this part of the video, that means you already created your own dynamic head. Or you just download the one I leave for you in the description. We are going to start by opening Roblox Studio. If you have experience for all your UGC, then you can just use that or you can create a new one. For a new experience, just click here and then File and Save in Roblox. Let's import the model, which is create or download. We are gonna come here in Avatar. Click here on Import 3D and look for your file. If in the preview your model looks like this, then that means you did a good job. And in this part, depending if your model is for testing, I recommend you to check or uncheck here. What do I mean with that? Like if you are now only testing, then I recommend you to uncheck in here. Maybe you just wanna see how it looks like and maybe you feel the head is a little bit too in the front, I don't know, you just want it for testing, then I do recommend you to uncheck here. In the other hand, when you're sure this is the model you want, then I do recommend you to check here. Because sometimes you get this message like that you don't own the assets and it's not gonna let you put it on the market. So it's better if you just have this item in your account. And if you charge it into Roblox, actually you don't need a new model. This is the only model you can use forever. Just change the face depending on what you need. And that's it. You really don't need to go into Blender. Actually, that's the reason I'm just leaving you the file. Because if you're not an UGC creator, like, what's the point? Just have this file and please be happy and have a long life. Don't bother yourself in Blender. Okay, now our model is in Roblox Studio but still needs to be fixed. What do I mean with this? If we try to test our model, putting on it a wig or something, the things are going to go to a different location but the place they're supposed to. And now we are going to fix that. You're going to select your model. You're gonna look in the Explorer for your model and then you're going to open it. You are going to open head and inside you're gonna find 5 attachment points. As you can see, these attachment points are in a different position. They are supposed to be in the head, but they are in the middle of our model. So what we are going to do is select the 5 of them and delete them. We do of course need those attachment points, but we are just going to copy them from another model. We are going to go to Avatar and then we select Build Rig. I don't know how you have it in English. I'm just translating from Spanish to English. Just follow this video and I'm sure you will know what to do. I'm gonna choose the Air 15 and I'm gonna select this one, the 2016. We are gonna have this cute blocky avatar. Then we are going to select him. We are going to go to Explorer. We are gonna open this avatar. We are gonna look into head and there we're going to find 5 attachment points. I'm going to select the 5 attachment points and then I'm gonna press in copy. And then I'm going to go into my avatar. I'm gonna look for it in the Explorer. I'm going to open it. I'm going to open head and inside head I'm going to paste these 5 attachment points. Now we're gonna try face accessories and they supposed to work. If they are not working yet, that means we are still missing something, so please repeat the video until you get it. And after all this, that means we are already done. Now the last step is to put the face or the texture in our model. I leave this one as the final step because as I told you, you can just reuse this model again and again and again. You don't have to do anything again, you can just use this exact model and just change the texture anytime. So now let's go and put on that texture. In Explorer, we're going to open our model and then head. In this part, we're going to click this small sign. It doesn't show in this video, but after clicking the signal, you're going to look for surface appearance. If you don't know how it looks exactly like this. After that, you're gonna click on surface appearance and you're going to go to properties. And here in color map is where you are going to select your image. But now the question is, how do I get that image or that face texture? You need some knowledge in programs similar like Photoshop to create an actual image. If you don't have that programs in your computer, you can have some free options on the internet, and also I know you can use your phone or tablet to draw. I'm going to leave in the description a reference image that you can use. As you can see, you can use it as a reference. You just need to draw inside this head. As long as you draw inside, you're gonna be okay. This part will depend completely on your skills. You can actually hire someone else to do it for you, but that will depend on you. Make sure the background is transparent, not white or any other color. It has to be transparent. And save it as a PNG image so it can keep the transparency. For this tutorial, I'm gonna use this face. If you wanna buy it, I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Now we can go back into Roblox Studio and we can select our face. If we have some trouble selecting our image, we can do it manually. We have to go into Roblox in the Explorer. I mean, not in the application, but the web. We are going to go into Create. We can select our group or profile, it's fine. We are going to choose this last option. I'm not sure the name in English. All my Roblox and everything is in Spanish, so just select the last option. And I think what we are looking for is something named in English like decal or decal, I'm not sure. You're going to upload your face here and you're gonna wait for a few minutes for approbation. After that, you're just gonna click here and copy ID. That same ID is the one that we are going to paste in color map. And once you figure out how to put the face in your model, that means we are done! As I told you before, you can use this model over and over again. The only you need to do is to change the texture of the face. And to change the face again, you just have to go again into Surface Appearance Properties. Just put your new face and that's it. And now we're going to put it on sale in the market in Roblox. We are going to select our model, then right click, And in this menu, we're going to go down and we're going to click on Save in Roblox. In here, just put a title and a small description. Here is whatever you want. You can fix it later, so it really doesn't matter. Here in category, you have to choose head. Mine is in Spanish, so it says cabeza, but you know cabeza means head. We're fine. You don't need to worry about the preview on the heads because it will automatically adjust like this. Don't forget to decide where you want it, if you want it in your personal account or in your group. In my case, it's going to be in my group. Now we have to wait a few minutes because all the UGC needs to be approved. After approval is when we can publish it, so we go to our account. You have to put a small description, a small title, just write whatever you want. You can use a few tags. When you're sure everything is done, the description is okay and you're fine with anything, you go down and now you have to pay the publishing fee that is 1,500 Robux. And also to being able to publish into the Roblox market, you need the second tier Roblox Premium. If you don't have it, unfortunately you cannot publish your item. I do have it, so let's do it. And as you can see, your dynamic head is working perfectly in Roblox. And now if you want to support me, I made this file that includes 7 shapes of heads. These are the shapes that you are going to find in that pack. Usually I used to charge $20 per UGC. But in this case, I'm going to give you something more valuable. And that's knowledge. Now you can do it yourself. But if you still want to support me and you don't want to open Blender and just have a few shapes in your account, then you can totally support me getting this pack. And that's pretty much it. That's how you create your own dynamic head. If I see that this channel start getting some support from English speakers, probably my next videos are going to be with English subtitles. After all, this channel is in Spanish, but I think it's gonna be a little bit unfair. So if I see some support, I'm gonna start adding English subtitles to my next tutorials. Thank you very much and see you in the next one. Chaito!